All right, let's dive into an idea that might sound, well, completely backward at first. What if I told you that the very things that make you a straight A student could actually be the opposite of what makes a great researcher?
I mean, think about it. Your entire life, you've been told that getting top grades is the golden ticket, right? It's the key to success. But what if in the world of real, genuine discovery, that's just not true? Okay, wow, that is a harsh quote from the mathematician Slolum Mandelbrot. But it really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today, doesn't it? There's a huge difference between being really good at knowing stuff that's already been discovered and being the one who discovers something brand new.
So, let's get into it. Section 1, the A student myth. We're going to break down exactly why the skills you use to ace an exam are just fundamentally different from the skills you need to push the boundaries of human knowledge. You know, from the moment we start school, the whole system trains us to do one thing really well: solve problems that already have answers. Your teacher gives you a problem, shows you the method, you just have to find that one correct solution. It's a world of certainty, and A students, they are the absolute masters of that world. All right, Section 2. To really get a grip on this, we've got to draw a really clear line between studying and research. Yeah, they might both happen at a university, but believe me, they are worlds apart. Okay, look at this. When you're studying, the problems are just given to you. But in research, your first job is to figure out what the problem even is. It's like you're going from a world where you're given a perfect detailed map to being dropped in the middle of a jungle and told, okay, now you draw the map. And this is where the whole idea of success gets flipped on its head. Studying? That's a sprint. You're running as fast as you can to a finish line you can see. Research, though, that's a marathon into a thick fog. The win isn't just about finishing, it's about discovering a path no one has ever seen before. Now check out this table, especially that default row. This right here is so important. In school, success is the default. You're expected to get the right answer. But in research, failure is the default. It's the norm. Your experiments will fail, your ideas will be wrong, and you'll hit dead ends all the time. It is a completely different ballgame. So that brings us to the really big piece of the puzzle, the researcher's mindset. This isn't about how high your IQ is. It's about how you think, what really drives you. It all comes down to your personal relationship with the unknown. So let me ask you a question, and be honest with yourself. What gets you more excited? Is it solving a tricky puzzle when you know there's a solution waiting for you? Or is it staring into the complete unknown of a question that nobody has ever answered, a question that maybe doesn't even have an answer? You know, Galileo said it best. Once a truth is discovered, it's pretty easy for everyone else to understand it. But the real trick, the real magic, is in discovering it in the first place. Reading about gravity in a textbook is one thing. Being the person who looked at a falling apple and asked why, well, that's a whole different kind of thinking. And that leads to this amazing phrase, an allergy to answerless questions. That just nails it, doesn't it? A lot of top students have this. They get uncomfortable, even anxious with uncertainty. But a true researcher has to be energized by it, not scared of it. If you need a world of clear right and wrong answers, the messy, chaotic frontier of research is going to be a pretty scary place. So what does that mindset actually look like? Well, here are the key traits. We're talking about someone who thrives on uncertainty, who is genuinely comfortable with constant failure, someone who gets more excited about finding a new problem than a known answer. It's about wanting to forge your own path, not just follow a map. This is a personality profile, folks, not a report card. All right, Section 4. Now, if there is one single idea that I want you to remember from all of this, it's this next metaphor. It really boils everything down into two simple, powerful roles. Here it is. Studying is reading the textbook. Research is writing the textbook. I mean, that's it, right? That is the whole ballgame. An A student is fantastic at reading, understanding, and remembering what's in the book. A researcher's job is to write the next chapter, or maybe even write a whole new book that makes the old one outdated. So are you a consumer of knowledge or a creator of it? Okay, so this isn't just some abstract theory. Let's look at a real-life story that proves this point in, the most dramatic way imaginable. Let's talk about a Nobel laureate named Masatoshi Koshiba.
Just take a look at his journey. In 1951, he graduates from the University of Tokyo. With grades so bad, he was close to failing. His own professor said he was a lost cause for physics. But then, he gets into a PhD program in the US, an environment focused purely on research. And what happens? The guy doesn't just succeed, he absolutely takes off like a rocket.
1 year and 8 months. Let that sink in. This poor student earned his PhD in less than 2 years. It's just staggering. It proves he wasn't bad at physics at all. He was bad at studying physics from a textbook. But when it came to actually doing physics, he was a natural.
And that's the kind of mindset we're talking about, the one Koshiba had. Another Nobel laureate, Shuji Nakamura, puts it this way: when you're all alone, when no one else is working on what you're working on, you should feel proud. That's originality. You see, a student gets nervous when they can't find other sources. A researcher, they get excited, because being alone means you're breaking new ground. So let's wrap this all up. What's the crucial point here? Studying and research are just two completely different games. Being a world-class sprinter doesn't mean you'll be a great marathon runner. In the same way, success in the classroom just doesn't predict success in the lab. In the end, it's your mindset, not your transcript, that really matters.
And hey, at the end of the day, this isn't about one being better than the other. The world absolutely needs both brilliant readers and brilliant writers. The really important thing is to know which one you are. So ask yourself, are you driven to master the world as we know it, or are you driven to discover a world that no one has ever seen before? Your answer to that question is going to tell you way more about yourself than any grade on a piece of paper.